Welcome to Redline's Business Performance Tips. In this episode, we're discussing calculating business break-even point. As a business owner, what keeps you up at night? You're probably snickering at the question simply because the list of things could go on and on. Well, I've had the opportunity to ask that question to business owners many times, and the most prominent answer is cash flow, or should I say lack thereof. So wouldn't it be good to know at what point during the month your business achieves the break-even point? By the way, break-even is when total revenue equals total cost. After all, up to the point in the month where your business achieves break-even, you haven't earned a dime of profit yet. All your money has gone just to pay the business operating cost. And here's the deal with break-even. The later in the month it takes your business to achieve break-even, the greater likelihood that profits are going to be low and cash is going to be tight. And in some months, you might even experience a loss. And then lo and behold, a few days later, the month begins and you start all over again paying costs just to keep the business operating. And there's not a darn thing you can do to change the outcome of the previous month. So yes, break even, profitability, and cash flow, they all lead to some very restless nights. Now, I'm a big fan of managing a business by the numbers. And there's a fairly simple calculation you can do that will give you an idea of the amount of revenue your business needs to generate to cover cost and achieve the break-even point. To calculate your break-even, you will need your profit and loss statement with year-to-date figures. You will then divide the year-to-date figures by the number of months represented to get the monthly average expenses. Using the average will minimize the effect of any unusual expenses in a single month. You will also need to be familiar with what are the fixed costs. These are expenses paid each month even if you don't make a single sale. And also the variable cost. These are expenses directly related to the products and services you deliver. Hopefully your bookkeeping has already separated these two types of expenses. Otherwise, you'll have some additional work to do. Now, with data in hand, you can use the following formula to compute your business break-even point for an average month. First, you calculate your contribution margin. You do this by taking your total income, subtract your variable cost, and then divide by total income. Here's a simple example. If you have $50,000 of total income, you subtract $10,000 of variable cost, then divide by $50,000, and your contribution margin is 0.80. Now to calculate break-even, you take your total cost and divide that by your contribution margin. And now you have your break-even number, which is the total revenue you need to cover total cost. Here's how it calculates. If you have $35,000 of total cost and divide that by your contribution margin of 0.80, and now your break-even point is $43,750. Now taking it one step further, assuming an average of 20 business days in a month, your business generates $2,500 of revenue per day. Divide your break-even point of $43,750 by 2,500, and in this example, the business will achieve break-even in 17.5 business days. So there you have it, a simple formula to help you calculate the break-even point for your business. Go ahead and calculate yours. It may not be where you want it to be, but knowing it and tracking it will lead to much more restful nights. And it will also set you on a course to implement new business strategies that will make those numbers move. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next Redline Business Performance Tip. In the meantime, put the pedal to the metal and rev up your business.